Okay. I know, I'm kinda late to the party. Making a final thoughts video on a game that came out like 4 years ago is like trying to bake a cake to impress your friends and ending up with the most outdated, basic sponge possible. But hear me out. The reason I even picked up Pokémon Legends Arceus wasn't to impress anyone. It was to prepare myself for the very exciting Pokémon Legends ZA. I wanted to get a feel for how this new style of Pokémon game works, so that come October 16th, I'll be ready to start my journey in Lumiose City and aim for that sweet 100% completion. But something unexpected happened. What started as a casual, basic playthrough turned into a full-blown obsession. I couldn't put it down, and that brings us to the good. Let's start with the obvious. Pokémon Legends Arceus is a breath of fresh air. It's the first time in years that a Pokémon game made me feel like I was actually exploring a world, not just walking from one town to the other. The open zones, the sneaky catching mechanics, the thrill of seeing wild Pokémon react to you. It's immersive in a way that older titles just aren't. The Pokédex actually feels meaningful, not just a checklist, but a living document you build. You now not only have to catch them, but you must also complete various research tasks to upgrade the Pokédex entries and progress the story to increase your rank. Apart from the improved progression aspect of the game, we also have the magnificent setting. Hisui is gorgeous, mysterious, and full of charm, from the captivating Obsidian Fieldlands to the dangerous Crimson Merelands to the exotic Cobalt Coastlands to the rocky Coronet Highlands and finally to the icy Alabaster Icelands. We really get the feeling of immersion and adventure as we traverse through the story into these different areas. Additionally, the music and atmosphere that is created as we change locations, especially in areas like Coronet Highlands, is the real highlight of the game. But do you know what really elevates this experience? The Hisui and Pokémon variants. They are good, like really good. Amazing design, great typing, and most importantly, the game actually showcases them in a proper way. Well, most of them at least. First of all, the main bosses. The 5 noble Pokémon in Legends Arceus, each with their unique domain and role. Kleavor, Lord of the Woods. Lilligant, Lady of the Beach. Arcanine, Lord of the Isles. Electrode, Lord of the Hollow. And Avalugg, Lord of the Tundra. These nobles are central to the story and each represent a different region of Hisui. Then we have the Rides, your trusty partners. Wyrdeer, Ursaluna, Sneasler, Basculegion, and Braviary. They all contribute to your journey in different ways, but they are all essential to use. Wyrdeer used to gallop across the land and leap over obstacles, making traversal swift and smooth. Ursaluna helps you sniff out hidden treasures buried underground with its powerful sense of smell. Basculegion lets you ride across rivers and lakes, even leaping over the water obstacles with ease. Sneasler enables you to scale cliffs and tall mountains, carrying you in a basket up vertical terrain, which I find to be very cute. And Braviary grants you the ability to fly and glide from high places, perfect for area exploration. Finally, the remaining 5, Overquill, Zorua, and Gudra, are found as a mini-boss during the Lake Trio exploration. And the final 2 are the starters we didn't select. We can actually get them later on from the professor, which was a missed opportunity for them to add a small plot point to showcase these two as well. That was a very bad call from Game Freak overall. Speaking of bad calls, we have the bat. Alright, let's talk about the parts that didn't quite hit the mark, because yes, there are a few. The visuals, while very charming, they're rough, especially the textures and draw distance. Some areas feel empty or undeveloped, like the Snow Point Temple. Here, we could have seen some ice puzzles, or more interactions with the statues, or something more than this plain, boring, repetitive use of the same elements. Another thing that was so repetitive was the mission structure. Go here, catch this, report back. Or go there, find that, come back, rinse and repeat. Some missions, like the ones that we chased a Lost Rock Pokémon, felt really stale and awkward. Speaking of things that felt awkward, the lack of voice acting. I know it has not been a feature of previous titles, but that's the point. This was a fresh game, something unique and new, that they could have added a few dialogues, especially on those emotional moments where silence can feel really awkward. Well, to say that Game Freak did not experiment though is an understatement if we take into consideration the battling system. Although I don't completely hate these strong and agile styles, this new system seems to be completely and utterly broken. I never managed to actually come up with some real strategies to defeat my opponents. I was mostly mashing A, brute forcing my way through their Pokemon, because in this game, 95% of the Pokemon that use a super effective move against another Pokemon seem to one-shot it. No matter the stats, no matter anything. Like, look at this 62 level beat-off, surviving a plus attack nature, stab outrage from my level 60 alpha Garchomp, and then proceeds to destroy my whole existence with a single Ice Beam. I know Ice Beam is 4 times super effective, but this should never ever have happened from an unevolved Pokemon with a non-stop move and a terrible special attack. And since we're on the subject of battles, what's up with them? Or more like, where are they? The lack of significant battles in this game is flabbergasting. The fact that we only get just 3 actually scary and fun battles throughout the entirety of the game is crazy. These battles includes of course Commander Kamado, Volo, who had an insane team that gave me nightmares, and my personal favorite, Jubilife's secret weapon, a man that lives a double life, the shadow that cleanses the evil, the one who keeps their hands dirty so that others can sleep safe at night, the one, the only, ultimate potato mochi soup chef Penny, the ultimate wallflower. I know. This is the bad section, but this guy is bad. And he is also my favorite character of the entire game. I never saw him coming, you never saw him coming, and his backstory is actually amazing and makes so much sense. How he and Kamado were the only survivors of a wild Pokemon raid, and he devoted his life to become the right hand of the commander, doing all the dirty work to keep the new village safe. The perfect plot twist. I would love to explore his story, and also some other character stories as well, like the 3 bandits, but unfortunately, we never get to see them sprouting. It's like the game has big ideas, but not always the budget or time to fully realize them. And now, the ugly. These are the things that made me go, why was this still a thing in 2022? Like, what's up with the UI? Clunky menus, slow transitions, and too many confirmation prompts. The graphics engine, like, Game Freak really needed to upgrade, and hopefully Legends ZA will improve on that. The lack of multiplayer or co-op features in such a vast world, and the fact that there isn't much of a post-game besides completing the Pokédex and catching Arceus is very, very disappointing. I would have loved to see some kind of post-game where the village has finally been modernized, and now we see more and more new trainers rising up to become something more than just a villager who needs to water their plants. That they would want to become the very best. We lost the opportunity to even see some signs of first gyms being created. Listen, these aren't deal breakers, but they do hold the game back from greatness. This game was supposed to be a love letter to all of the Pokéfans, a message that Game Freak listens, and for the most part they have achieved that, but I think they lacked on the details. So my final thoughts on the game is that it's a good game, but it could have been great. So the final score for this game is a solid 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, I may be late to the party, but I brought my own cake, and while it may be a little basic, it's got layers. Pokémon Legends Arceus surprised me. It challenged my expectations, and now I'm more hyped than ever to play Pokémon Legends ZA. If Arceus was the warm-up, ZA might just be the main event. But before I close this video, this took me a long time to make, and I poured so much effort and time to create this. So if you like what you saw and wish to see more videos like this from me, please consider like and subscribing to the channel. I do this as a hobby, and I would love to grow this channel and be able to get more videos out like this. So let me know what you thought of Legends Arceus, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you're prepping for ZA like me, we're in for a wild ride. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to my good friend Professor Mike, who lent me his copy of the game to play. See you in the next one. Bye bye.